El Consumer Price Index en China se elevó solo al 0.1%. Es el elevo más suave que ha tenido China en los últimos 2 años. Adicionalmente, Canadá incrementó el interés 0.25 basis. Hola, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Eli Weissman y aquí les traigo su actualización de mercado semanal, en donde podemos encontrar todo lo que ha pasado en la economía de Estados Unidos y en el mundo que está afectando los valores de su vivienda y los intereses. Entonces, como les comentamos la semana pasada, esta semana fue un poco aburrida en el mercado del interés. Como ven, por eso no pasó mucho, no había mucho en el calendario económico. Por eso el interés empezó la semana más o menos con 6.90, 6.91 y acabó más o menos en lo mismo, 6.92. Ahora, realmente las dos noticias grandes que tuvimos es de China, que demuestra que la inflación en todo el mundo está bajando, gracias a Dios. Y en Canadá sigue todavía apretando los bancos, incrementando los intereses. Ahora, no pasó nada esta semana, pero la próxima semana es una semana súper increíble con muchísimas noticias. El martes, el único día que no hay noticias es el lunes. El martes vamos a tener el Consumer Price Index, eso es la inflación. Por favor, si quiere entender un poquito más qué es el Consumer Price Index, aquí le tengo un video en español para que lo oiga. El índice de precios al consumidor o IPC es una medida del cambio promedio a lo largo del tiempo en los precios pagados por los consumidores urbanos por una canasta de bienes y servicios de consumo. Se utiliza como un indicador de inflación o deflación en la economía. El IPC es la medida de inflación más utilizada y seguida de cerca por los responsables políticos, los mercados financieros, las empresas y los consumidores. El CPI o Consumer Price Index, tenemos la reunión del Federal Reserve. ¿Qué es lo que pasa en esa reunión? Normalmente se decide cómo las políticas inflacionarias, las políticas de interés. Hoy en día hay un solo 28% de economistas que creen que van a subir el interés, un 71% creen que lo van a dejar ahí y no van a seguir subiendo. Luego tenemos Jobless Claim el jueves y el viernes otra vez tenemos el sentimiento en Consumer Sentiment Index. Todo eso son variables económicas súper importantes que van a hacer que el interés la próxima semana está subiendo arriba, abajo, arriba y abajo. Ahora, si quiere quedarse en los siguientes 3 minutos, estoy compartiendo este video de Wall Street Journal para algunos de ustedes que invierte en cripto, para que entiendan un poquitico por qué el SEC está demandando a los 2 exchanges de cripto más grandes que existen. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí conmigo y espero verlos la próxima semana en el resumen del mercado financiero.
The Securities and Exchange Commission filed separate civil lawsuits against 2 major exchanges, Binance and Coinbase. Caitlin Ostroff covers cryptocurrencies for the Journal and explains the latest showdown between federal regulators and the industry's biggest players.
Binance is an international crypto exchange that was founded in 2017. The Securities and Exchange Commission sued Binance, saying that it was operating an illegal securities exchange in the US. And in doing so, it sued not just Binance's US entity and its global entity, but also Changpeng Zhao, who is the founder of Binance. In its lawsuit, the SEC said that Binance was offering tokens that were actually securities and that those were not registered as such. And because of that, Binance was basically operating a sort of black market for tokens that they were not supposed to be allowed to let users trade. The SEC also really dug into a lot of Binance's operations. 2 of the firms that the SEC zeroed in on in the Binance complaint were called Merit Peak and Sigma Chain. These are 2 market makers that were owned and operated by Zhao, Binance's founder and CEO. And the SEC said that Sigma Chain, one of these so-called market-making firms which buys and sells cryptocurrencies, was doing that on Binance US, but trading a lot of the same funds. And so basically making it look like there was a bunch more trading than there actually was. They also say that there was the risk of funds being commingled on Binance US through the Merit Peak entity. And so they're saying that because of those 2 entities, users weren't fully aware of what was happening with their funds and what was potentially happening in the background. Binance has said that it intends to defend the platform vigorously. It has vehemently denied that there was ever any risk to customer funds, that it commingled assets. Not even a day later, there was a separate lawsuit that the SEC handed down against Coinbase, the largest US exchange. In their lawsuit against Coinbase, the SEC is saying that it also traded assets that should have been registered as securities, and because of that, Coinbase was operating an illegal securities exchange as well. In response to the charges, Coinbase has called for there to be more specific legislation regarding cryptocurrencies in Washington, D.C., and has said that it's going to continue to engage with legislators to actually get that legislation through Congress. So for Binance, the SEC is seeking for Zhao and his companies to not be able to do business in the US. It seems more likely that this litigation is going to drag out for a while. Unlike the Department of Justice, which can issue criminal charges, the SEC can really only do civil charges. At most, you could be looking at either a settlement or, if a judge rules in the SEC's favor, a monetary fine. Crypto has grown exponentially from when it was created and worth basically nothing in 2009, 2010 to where we are now, where it's a $1 trillion industry. The recent escalation in enforcement from the agency has certainly caught people's attention, and it does seem like they're starting to really go after not just small companies and projects as they have in the past, but really the biggest companies in the ecosystem.